Alright, for the plow, what I've done is just taking two pieces of wood. I think they measure out to be about 20 inches to maybe 30 inches, possibly 30. Nothing too big. And I've got wood on there just to kind of help it out with stability and so it doesn't break or anything or flex. And for the mounting part at least, you have to excuse all the screws. I had a pretty crappy screw gun, but they're long screws so it should work. With a good screw gun you should be able to get it in nice. For the brackets I've cut them like that so it'll fit underneath the mower nice. Drilled a hole in both ends, in which I put a long nail through to angle up to the or hook up to the tractor. And I've got supports all through here just to keep it nice and stable. It's no big deal. The one thing that you have to do though is angle these supports kind of like that, so when it's sitting there like this it'll be angled up a little bit, so when it's hooked to the mower, since those brackets are in the air when it's hooked up pretty much, they will end up hooked up like this on the mower, so that'll be pretty much straight as it should be. Depending on what kind of driveway you have, I've made mine flat, but if you have rock, well, I don't know. Depending on your driveway, I guess. If there's a lot of big rocks or something out there, I might angle it, or that may not even make a difference. I don't know. But I've just made it a flat blade. Seems to work fine, and don't mind this. It's just keeping these from coming apart too wide. One thing I'll have to tell you though is when you put it into the pieces on the inside here, you're gonna want to nail them in first before you get them mounted or anything. So before this wood is mounted to the blade, you're gonna want to have these screwed in first. And so basically make the assembly first. That's what I did. Well, that's not what I did, and that's why it was harder. So if you make an assembly similar to this, it'll end up being this piece here, this piece here. They'd both be individual pieces when you start out. So you'd have this one, you would screw or nail this one into it on the angle, and then on this side the same thing for the angle. And then you'd probably put a support like this across it, and then you'd mount it to the snowplow. And extra support, always nice. Mount that afterwards, but after it's all hooked on to these two pieces of wood and as one piece, that's when I would suggest putting it on the plow, because that might make it easier, because I couldn't get in there to screw this, and that's why this is wobbly as hell. So I needed to just kind of improvise there, but all the screws hang out because they're long and the screw gun I used sucked. So if you have a good screw gun, it should end up looking better. I would suggest thicker wood than this though, because this snapped a lot back here, and that's why there's a screw in there, and also why there's another support there. So if they do break off, don't worry, you can just put a screw in or another piece on the back. And with my mower, it mounts up. I don't know if you can see it. See the hole? You can go through it, I guess. It mounts up in there on just one of those, so that's my mower setup. I don't know what your mower setup is, so this is just for my mower. You need to take the deck off to do this though if you're using a setup similar to mine. So it's no big deal. And I guess that's it. Thanks for watching, and this is for, shoot, I can't remember his name now. Oh yeah, MX Guy 95, I believe. He was wondering about this, so MX Guy 95, this is for you. Anybody else who's interested in building a plow like this. So build the plow and have fun, I guess. It's pretty good, it works nice. I was surprised myself with how nicely it worked. So thanks for watching, and any other questions I'll be glad to answer either with another video or comment, whatever. Oh, one more thing. On the when you hook it up here, you're going to want to put it second down, or whatever you're most comfortable with. Maybe that doesn't give you as much height if you mount it only one down. So what you're going to want to do is put it about second down if you're configured like this. So when you hook it up and it's on the ground, it'll be on your second one down. So that way you can have a nice high reach. And yeah, because when I first did this, I had it on the first setting, and I was wondering why I couldn't lift it up. My stupidity. So yeah, the best bet would be the second one down. And if you want to have a really low lift, then you can do the first one down. But so yeah, I've got it on the second one down. It's not as easy to hold on to all the time and grapple, but when you're plowing with it, you're also going to want to keep a hold of your lever just so it doesn't drag on the ground all too terribly much. Because it is wood, you have to remember that, not the most durable material in the world. So yeah, I used a simple long screw, nail, to go through, and it works perfectly fine. But I would suggest getting one or two, because I don't know if you can see it, but this one's a little bent. The other one bent, and I had to bend it back. It didn't really work, and I luckily had a second one, so I've actually just gotten the new one. So I'd suggest more than one of those, because they do bend or break. So again, thanks for watching, and that's all I got. I hope this helps, and again, MX Guy 95. See you later. Alright, you're also going to want to have some sort of bracket here on the ends, because it doesn't balance out too well since it's using such a small pin. But you'll have this one running up over your hood. That's the fabric one, so it doesn't scratch up your hood at all. And a chain, or maybe even another fabric one right here, tie down, bracketed to the other side. And that should have you nice and good for the for lifting and everything. See, I can get it pretty high.